Hello and a very warm welcome to each of you. And this is a reading for those who vibrate with being a starseed, a lightworker, and or an Etmirian. And these are weekly readings, and these are high vibrational readings as opposed to the lower frequencies of the daily readings, although both sets of readings are have their own purpose. And the spirit world, they've chosen to work with the light workers and the dreamtime messages that will come through from these two packs of cards. And the reason being is that light workers are often involved not just with a single star destination. Many of you will connect in to be like Assyrian or Palladian or Andromedan, Lyran. There are hundreds of different categories. Well, more than that. That have descended and taken on an earth form for this. There's also the darker vibrational starseeds that are here. So please be aware, just because people say that they are a starseed doesn't mean to say that they are working for the advancement of this ascension and the helping of humanity at this time, and may be here purely to balance out a draining which has been far too heavy over the many 26,000 years. It's possibly going back even 100,000 years when the dark energies started to prepare to come to Earth and target Earth. But we'll put that aside and we will work our way forward. And as this is a time of ascension, there are many councils. They call themselves councils of light, and they are trying to attract your energy to pull you in the direction of their so-called umbrella. And whether they're Palladians or Syrians, if they have council after their name, they, I can assure you, come from a school of thinking where they have given up their power to be wise people, and counsellors are equated to, in the higher vibrational ways of beings. I won't say the higher realms, that's another story, but in the higher vibrational way of beings, that means that they have gathered their power together and abused it, because they are the ones that dictates law. When you have law that's being dictated to you, that's not come through source, and entered you from a knowing as to what is good for you, what is bad for you, then if it's coming outside that there are a set of rules demanding that you behave in this manner or that manner, it means to say that you are not expressing the fullness of your potential of who you are. And also, as an Etmirian, I would like to express, they would like to express, they're talking through me, that it would be more advantageous for you to explore your backyard before you sign up to one of these protected councils or this or that, saying that they are their best interest. They do have their representatives that are shouting now that this is the way to go. But I say that it is not a good time to sign contracts with anyone whatsoever. You are a newly emerging being. That doesn't mean to say that you are new in the sense that you are new to all this stuff. No. If you are any of these categories, you have had many times evolving and being part of an ascension plan and set of energies. So you know the ropes. So what you need to do is to concentrate on your full memory and to find your pathway that has guided you to be part of this on Earth. Now, if you're an Etmirian, Etmirians are soul beings that have come beyond this universe. Etmirians do not sign up to this body or that body. Etmirians stand in the power to embrace absolute pure love. And by embracing your full love and the expression of who you are to your deepest power of who you are, only then you can know from source through your soul as to whereabouts it is best for you to shine brightly at. Do not, at this late stage of emerging, sign yourself over to a particular group because they happen to sound good. Reserve your judgment. Now is not the time to go down any of these roads or to sign up or to draw yourself into the various ones, because there will be more coming online that is more loving, more gracious. And many of these high vibrational loving people are literally in your own backyard. And we're talking about the planets. I often visit many of the planets in my sleeping and in my even just my resting moments. I'm aware that I am in more places than one, which I would imagine that you too are also at this point of your self-discovery. And it's just the fact that we have been within the veil, so that we have not been able to see clearly as to where we are walking. And there are many, many people on the other. Earth is one of 40 planets that cluster around our star of soul. And there has been a blanket to get the information blocked from Earth beings, so that there's only literally the smaller numbers that we are accustomed to within the zodiac and planetary movements, the astrology of things. So please consider that it is vitally important to get to know who is in your own backyard before you sell yourself and the future of Mother Earth to some other star cluster or group of beings that would eventually down the road have some very tiny small print contract that is not in Earth's best interest. Be discerning. Yes, dance with them, but do not get sucked in by where they are at. Understand, by all means, learn, see whether you have actually come from this group of stars and what were your experiences, and understand that there's a greater revelation, there's a greater ascending which is going to encompass the entire universe and these lower 6 lower universes, of which our own universe is only one of these 6 very dense universes that the Etmirians are here to build and to enable to be able to go beyond the time limitations that is enhancing this particular computer program, because we are in a reality that is literally no more than an organic computer program being programmed by our collective minds, that there is something far more magnificent about to come about. And you will understand that by just being and understanding, first of all, where your connections are with your backyard. Some of them are absolutely amazing, some of them not so. And we will learn to understand and to unite our energies under our own star system, soul, and banish from the higher frequencies, because there are many in our soul system. This is already, I have a great friend who vibrates at the 14th dimensional levels and has probably risen since I was given that information quite some years ago. And there are many others that vibrate at this higher level. There are some, I'm just being informed, from the region of Jupiter that are actually holding the 22nd level of vibration. Would it not be advantageous for you as a soul of a high vibrational level just to get to know your neighborhood? And this is where I am going to come to a full stop on this particular aspect. They're saying now to shuffle the cards, and they're going to talk through the cards. And although these cards have been created by an otherwise soul, it is not at the Etmirian level of vibration. And those cards are not yet ready, because they're going to be part of a tutorial that I will be inviting you to attend through, eventually when it's ready, it will be announced through the Etmir News newsletter, which you can sign up below, Etmir News at etmir.org. And this is a new moon cycle newsletter, and the first one went out at the start of the Gemini one at the weekend. Rather rushed, unfortunately, because Spirit only dropped the information literally as the event of the new moon was happening. So we'll discuss that through the letters to where that one is taking you. And it's getting ready to go. And we will be having entirely new cards for when we are going to be talking about the Etmir experience that you are having and have gone through. And I had a revelation yesterday. I know it's very, very dark energies for many. Technology failing to respond respectively. But I was also told within the system there is a link to be able to operate within the 5G and higher levels of radiation that is coming or planned to come to this planet. There is a natural way that I will be talking you through. But first of all, the tuition and the cards that they are preparing has to be right in order for you to be able to go through. And there's a simple mechanism that I will also teach you as to whether you have actually done sufficient work to protect yourself on the changing of the energetics. And this comes before DNA. This is your spark before DNA was created. So more on that later. It is coming to you, rest assured. We have a way that is not violent, which is very much in line with just being within your light. And we take the first card. Oh, right, okay. They're saying that we will be pulling the 4 along the top and the 1 to respond. So the first one, we have Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying the foundations, divine plan. And we will go more into this as this enlarges. But this is whereby the grandmother of Jesus was not often spoken about, although there is actually a book written that I read quite some ages ago. I don't have it anymore, which is the grandmother of Jesus, the name of the book. And it's about the coming and the preparation of the seed that was coming in as a part of a divine plan. And we are looking here, and we have within the picture links to all the many religions, ways of being throughout the entire planet. And we are going to look at these and go beyond. We have the roses of absolute divine love. But we have things like the Sphinx here and the pyramids, which has been feeding us with misinformation as to the power plants, the natural free energy that they provide. Should we bring the capstones back into line, we have had this removed around about 145 million years ago, when these were created purely as like a Tesla free energy. There are caverns beneath that can literally bring the power together to light up an entire city, and these pyramids are all over the world. Free electricity for all, free power for all. And we also have other misleading energies, and most of them are in various religions or practices, and it is time to rise beyond everything that has been taught outside of us, and to go within and to find your own divine plan as to where you are, in order to be able to seed the light of the future of what is to come. You are here laying foundations. And we will go on to the next one. And here it just says, yes, just say yes. Now you may have a question that is puzzling you, and you may need just a simple confirmation as to, are you on the right path? You have been through so much with all these lockdowns and dreadful scenarios that have been playing out on the earth plane. And you may be at a point where you need to step out into the world. And the answer is yes. But also it is saying yes, that it is time to show the power of who you are. You are seeding the light, because as an Etmirian, we will be concluding 7,000 years approximately from now. So this is not just a wave of the immediate. We are talking about bringing about these 6 lower dimensional universes back into harmony, to a place of where they need to be at, a shutting down of the old energies. And that is why many of you Etmirians have come back. You are time travellers, and so have a ride back in time to be able to go through all the darkness that has arrived here on planet Earth. You have a purpose, you have a mission, and it is succeeding for your divine plan, part of your mission, laying the foundations. More to come on that one. And we are here birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. And what they are expressing is the fact that we are part of the dream. Everything that is created is the dreaming. Now there was an old dreaming, but there is also an ancient dreaming. which was picked up and has still been ongoing by the indigenous tribes around the entire world, and opening up the song lines to be able to hold the vibrations. And they are reminding an incident going back several decades, whereby there was a tuition that I received with the Tibetan. The ancient Tibetan is what he always referred to, and he always had this very white hair and beard, absolutely pure white. He's very, very ancient, I mean thousands of years old, but he was the original energy that started in the Tibetan era. And I was taken to a temple, a Tibetan temple, not one that can be accessed in today's world, but one that was literally beneath the vibration of the outer core, because Mother Earth also has an inner core. And there we looked at the monks, we referred to them as the monks, that was chanting at the top of the world. They were the highest vibrational. And the purpose of them, I was told, was to hold certain energies for you Starseeds and Lightworkers and Etmirians to hold the starlight, to make it possible for you even to come here. And what he actually said to me, that was when the Etmirians start to honour the power of who they are and start to ascend, then their chanting would no longer be appropriate for the new, more powerful energies that we are going to seed and lay the foundations for what is to come. Their job will have done, and they will no longer be effective in their tremendous work that they have been holding day and night to try and keep the divine dreaming awake. Because the dark starseeds have also realised that by dreaming 24/7, that they could suck all the dreaming into their dark creation, which is the world that we are in at the moment. However, they're describing that it would be such a small percentage of the ancient light that we as star beings, Lightworkers, Etmirians, are capable of holding. We are holding a dream, and this is going on greater than what's actually on this planet, that we are part of. This is the true power of who you are, holding the most ancient of dreams. And this dream was actually begun before the 600,000 year Lyran War. It was actually begun before the councils took form, Council of Nine, and the various other councils which have birthed out of that one, in order to be able to bring the energy and keep the energy down. That is why we do not deal with any form of council. You are a free person, and say yes to the power of the freedom of who you are. And right, okay, we'll pull the next card. And the next card is Awakening. Energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. To internalize, to bring into your energetic self, so that more of your soul can actually be birthed within your physical body. This is what's happening. Many of you may have felt very tired, and the lockdown, the slowing down of the universe, actually to your advantage. It's not a disadvantage, because it's given you time to energetically upgrade the power of who you are. And there is many who were fast asleep. It's like a shock wake-up call. Many of you have been working on this level for quite some time, so are ready for the changes. But it's happening. There's more to come. There's more to be, people to be woken up in order to be able to start to lay the foundations and plant the seeds for what is yet to come. And we will use the 5th card. And the 5th card actually binds all 4 together. It's what they're saying. Play, have fun, celebrate, do not be serious. Don't be so serious, it actually says. And this is essential. You need to embrace your inner child. You can only embrace your inner child through play, through happiness, through laughter. This is all just a dream, a reality. It's a computer program. We're playing a game. And you are far better to remain within your power and to awaken faster if you take time out and to literally at all stages just to have fun, to celebrate each of your little mini achievements. It might just be the end of the day. You have got through another end of a day and you have been very tired because you have been upgrading. Honour yourself. Go play and take time out with your inner child. No matter where you go, where you head out on the journey, you will take your inner child to you and celebrate. Go with a light heart. Go with laughter, is what they're saying. I'm going to go over now to the Sweet Dream cards to see what messages we have here to wrap up this reading. And see what they are actually going to want to bring forth. This one, 2. Oh, they're saying I'm done. Oh, just the 2 today. Okay. Let's see what we've got. And we will start with the first one. Divine Dream. I am divinely guided by... I am divinely guided. My intuition shows me the way through my dreaming world. And again, we're talking about the computer, the organic computer world that we are in. This is purely run through the dream time. Make sure that you are adding your dream time to the new dream time and not the old one, which also aligns with the very ancient dreaming that started at the beginning, the very beginning of creation. And that is not of this universe. Dream through love. Love is the only energy that you can actually operate from. And by playing, you can feel your love actually emanating out through you into your dreams. And a lot of people dream at night. It's a good time to dream, but also during the day, within your waking day, to dream is good. However, if you are the sort of person who has a hectic schedule and you dream at night, ensure that you take that hour prior to going into the sleep mode to start to prepare your dream and what you will be brought throughout your night. Because just because we go to sleep doesn't mean to say that nothing is happening. Far from it. It is preparing you to be guided in your astral travels, in your walking other timelines, in other worlds, to reconnect with where you are at. A very important time. And the other one says messages. I am receiving powerful messages from my guides right now. I trust my feelings. And I would like to say that guides is your soul. Your soul is your guide. And it's only through your guide that if your soul believes that it is of your best interest, will the guides be allowed to filter through. They are your gateway. You don't need any of this angel stuff because they are falling away. You have risen by being part of this reading beyond gurus, beyond fairies, beyond... no, fairies are actually different. Why have I said fairies? Fairies are the ones that actually create your reality through your dreams. The fairies that were linked with the old dream, the darker world, but there are other fairies that are more ancient that will create from your dreams. They take your dreams and they actually create in reality what it is you're walking through. However, we are pulling away from the old dream into the new dream, which is actually more ancient, and only the guides that belong to the more ancient way, the beginning of source, is the way. Okay, now correct me on that one. The beginning of source, last journey out. I will explain that some other time, but it's not the beginning of source, because source is always has been, always will be. But we have certain journeys that we come out, and I can remember back as far as this is my third journey that I have clear memories where we have stepped out from the actual no creation. And it's the fairies that we're creating from our thoughts, from stepping out of pure source into the first forms of the universes that we are reconnecting with, and not the fairies that are very much enhanced with what's going on in this world. And that is a huge, huge subject, because they have been feeding from the fear and creating the experience that we have from the fear and not from the point of love. So we're going back to the new way of when we stepped out of source. I think that... Okay, no, there's no more information coming through on that. So I'm going to leave this reading for you for today. This is the weekly reading, and I hope that you may feel some benefit from this, and please feel free to comment below. We are a community that are supportive of each other, and you may have a message outside of this that somebody else may need to hear. So positive messages are very much welcomed. And with that, may you have a fantastic week ahead, and may your heart star shine brightly.